Hey guys, welcome Late Night on Base. Today on the podcast we had Ethen from Send. What's Send? It's a peer-to-peer payment platform for USDC. Basically, it's like the Cash App for Ethereum. Today we had Ethen on, and let me say to everyone, he is a true Chad, a great guest, very entertaining, and I think you guys are going to enjoy this episode. All right. Welcome, everyone. We are back with another edition on Late Night on Base. Today, we have Ethen from Send
What's
on
up,
the
guys?
podcast.
What's up?
Ethen, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing great, man. It's beautiful. It's a nice day here in California. You're in LA too. It's good. Happy to be here, man. Thank you for having me.
My,
Exposure's great.
my pleasure, man. I was telling you as well, I really want to focus a lot on DeFi in general. I feel, we are in a meme super cycle, and it's great. I love meme projects. I know a lot of people that are, a part of those type of teams, but I think the podcast, it's always great to have solid DeFi protocols who are doing really cool shit on the channel. And I can tell your energy is there, and you just seem like a really interesting guy. So I had to reach out to you. So super stoked to have you, Ethen. So maybe why don't we begin with this? Maybe someone's watching this for the first time, listening to it on Spotify, coming across Send literally for the first time. Maybe they're on YouTube, have no idea what Send is. So Ethen, in your words, why don't you explain what exactly is Send?
So Send is what the name says, right? So Send is a peer-to-peer payments platform for USDC and USDC transfers. And when I initially started, I like to say that it was Cash App for Ethereum. So it's a simple app, and I kind of compare it to, like, if you look at all the payments apps, or not the payments apps, but the crypto wallets that are out, it's kind of like, Coinbase, Rainbow. And I kind of compare those to, like, let's say, like, if you were to compare them to a game, you would say they were like Apex Legends or Fortnite. Well, Send, the app itself, is more like Candy Crush or Bejeweled, where it's just a very simple app where there's only three currencies in the app: USDC, Ethereum, and Send. And USDC obviously plays as like the token for payments and peer-to-peer transfers, whereas Ethereum is kind of, again, going back to that Cash App for Ethereum, where it's kind of the investment token. We believe that Ethereum is going to be the world computer, and it already is. And I think Ethereum, who knows, may someday flip Bitcoin. And then Send kind of plays like the rewards token. I think tokenomics are vital to kind of growing a token. And it's very different in that, where meme tokens have the full supply circulating, and we don't do that. We're very keen on watching our tokenomics and how we get that into circulation. 30% of our supply is for rewards directly in the app. So again, it's a simple peer-to-peer transfers app where each token kind of plays its own role within that app.
And now is Send, it's multi-chain, correct?
No, it's not multi-chain. It's just on Base. We were on
Okay.
Ethereum first because we had launched the token. We had our token generation event on the 28th of June in last year. And then I think Base went to mainnet, I think, in August of last year, and we kind of we were working on distributions, but we moved to Base in February of so about 5 months ago. We've been fully on Base.
And currently how many people currently are working on Send?
So we have 8 developers, or not 8 developers. We have 8 people. There's 2 designers. Myself is the only operator. 2 designers, and I think 2 front end devs and 3 back end devs. So we have 5 engineers, 2 designers, and then myself.
Wow. Yeah.
I just got off. I do this little Send update on YouTube. I've been trying to kind of grow that a little bit. What do they say? Every company is a media company now, but all of the talent that we have on our team is kind of founder level talent, and we're kind of lucky in that regard.
Yeah, and I think we're chatting about this a little off camera. One of the things why we don't probably see too many DeFi protocols in this space with the caliber is strictly it's really difficult to create some sort of platform like this. And you have amazing team who have, this high expertise. You can't just replicate that, right? It's a high barrier to enter into a DeFi protocol market, which is great, for builders like you, because the cream rises to the top. You can't, your 18-year-old in some random mom's basement. It's not going to be able to like just create a DeFi protocol like they can a meme coin. So, it's a high barrier, and it's cool to see, high level talent coming together to kind of build. So that's pretty cool. What has your, explain to me, explain to the listeners too. So you have this amazing concept, Send. It's a DeFi protocol. How's the community like for you? Like, what's like, how's the vibes, I guess, in
And
Telegram or wherever?
community's been great. Initially we started off. So I'm one, like, I don't, like, I'm not one to fake the funk, bro. Like, what you get in the community chat is how I am here. The community, we've been growing a lot in Nigeria. Nigeria is kind of like, if you look at kind of the coming up, economies in the world, right, that are using crypto. You have Philippines, Pakistan, India, Indonesia, Malaysia. Nigeria is right up there with them, and a few other countries in Africa. So we've been, we have Send Africa that we've had, and I think, I don't know how many, there's about 550 members in there, but a lot of people that are coming on to the app now, because we just launched passkeys, or native account Send accounts with passkeys, which are on chain, and a lot of our users are coming from Nigeria. But I'm really trying. I like to be transparent, so I like to build in the open. And for me myself, what I like to do is I like to work in real time. So I think every moment is a marketing moment, whether it's like this, talking to you, or whether it's sharing a screenshot from my chat. And I want to share that directly with the community. So if you'll see, like, on our X, on our Send handle on X, like, I'll share screenshots from the team. And the most recent one was, our lead dev, Big Boss, talking about Fjord and the recent update for, blobs and lowering transaction costs, right? How we did that upgrade. And that was just a screenshot, and I put it on there, and give a shout out to the base team. And Jesse puts on it. What did he say? He said something like, really sweet or something. And like, that's how I market, is in real time. And I find that the community really likes that, because they're it brings them in the trenches with you.
Absolutely. And I think having that community feel, it kind of creates that like special feeling for a community member. Like, it's kind of like having access to a seat at the table in a boardroom. It's like you're watching in real time, high level executives do their thing. So you feel like you're a high level executive because you're in the same room as the decision making. So I think that's actually critical for any project, to kind of make the community feel special, make them feel like they're a part of it.
I get messages sometimes, and they're like, I didn't know you were the dev. You're the dev. You're the dev. This dev thing that people that talk about in these chats. The chats are great, right? So they're like, and I'm not a dev. I'm not an engineer. I have fucking mad respect for engineers, but I'm not a dev myself. But they're like, you're the dev, and I guess the dev in crypto means like you're the founder, and I am the founder, but like I'm not a dev. But they're like surprised that they're speaking with the founder one-on-one just through a X chat,
No, I know, but that's cool though, right? Because that's like high level access.
Like you said,
That's
like the boardroom.
the boardroom. And that's super cool. And I think that's why also it's super cool that you decided to do this podcast with me. Not only are you doing it doxed, you're just speaking. And I think that goes a long way with communities. Seeing the people at top do a podcast, get to know them deep. And we're going to dive deep into you, Ethen, as well. That builds trust, that builds transparency. And that's what community members want to see in any project.
Do you know Will Binns? You know Will Binns, right?
I don't actually.
He's from base. He's contributed. He worked with Andreas Antonopoulos. Is that how he worked with him on his books? But he's one of the guys that kind of has been I see him. He'll like my stuff once in a while. Mad respect for him. But he talks about that. Like if you're not building in the open, like building in the open is like literally building in the open, which is what we've been trying to do from the beginning.
Absolutely. To piggyback on kind of what you were saying that I found very interesting, you were saying the growing economy for your app. You see a lot of users from Nigeria. You see from other third world countries. Oh, cute. Hi. Hello. How many kids do you have?
Can you get Ren, please?
How many kids do you have?
I have 2 kids. This is my baby girl, Ren.
Hello, Ren.
Say hi, Ren.
I'm Bill.
Show him one.
I'm just interviewing your dad.
One.
I have 2 twin
You're doxed,
boys.
Ren. You're doxed. Okay, go with Nami. I'm gonna get on this call. Hold on, let me mute this.
No worries. And on late night on base, you never know what you're gonna expect. Family members show up in real
Yeah,
time.
what's
That's what
going
a
on?
podcast is all about.
Yeah, that's real life, right? She's
That's real
doxxed
life.
now.
No, that's cool, man. I mean, that's the authenticity. That's what podcasts deliver, and like, it's just cool. Like, people sometimes come on the show and they're like, "Oh, what should I say? This and that." I'm just like, "Be yourself, man.
Yeah,
Just
just be
whatever."
yourself, bro. It's yeah, yeah.
Super cool. So what I was saying to you is picking back off that. So you're seeing a lot of interest in third world countries such as Nigeria, some other lower socioeconomic places, India, the Philippines. Do you think perhaps the big reason why Send is so popular is because of the lack of access to banking in those countries?
I don't know yet. I don't think we're getting too much adoption like that. I mean, we definitely haven't found product market fit yet. It's just kind of like it's been an experiment. We know that stable coins are the future. We know that everybody. I mean, we've known that for a couple years now, right? Um, we know that layer twos offer cheaper transactions, right? But people still need to pay for items in the real world, right? And peer to peer is one thing, and you can send on send, whether USDC or Ethereum or send, and then they can cash that out. We don't have fiat onboarding and offboarding, but I just don't think we're there yet as far as payments for people to start accepting, like, because they need to get money to the bank account. These people need to pay for groceries, utilities, housing. But how we get there, I don't think anybody really knows that, right? I think it's going to happen little by little.
Yeah, it's
But
interesting to see.
yeah, I think people do, like, I mean, USDT, right, in like South America, right, is getting massive adoption. So we've done some research on that to see how that's happening, but I think for me, again, it was not inundating people with a large sign up process and private keys. We just wanted to make a simple app, and I think we're kind of getting. I mean, we've had over 4,000 send tags registered. Over in the past 12 days, we've had 22 transactions completed that people have sent. So I think we're starting to get there a little bit. I think we've gotten really good feedback on how simple the app is.
Very cool. So let's turn the page to this question now. So you migrated from ETH to Base, you said around February or so.
Yeah,
My
we
question.
said we were going to do that from the beginning. We were going to do that. We didn't just hop on the hype train. We were going to do that eventually, which we did.
So that's awesome. So why Base? What makes you so excited for Send to be on Base?
Well, from originally when we started raising for the TGE, is we wanted to be aligned with Coinbase. We really like that Coinbase goes to bat for people in crypto in general. It always seems like they're willing to put up a fight, and they just deliver, man. They deliver because they execute so well, from their product to their team to their marketing. And that's something that what we strive to do is just continue to do things the right way. And then just again, I posted with the tweet yesterday, is like looking more and more into base and following what they're doing. I mean, they're really just hitting on all cylinders right now, and it's no doubt in my mind that we chose the right team. But that team is just like so good, and you strive to be that, like a team. I compare, like, working in crypto and building something kind of like basketball. I don't know if you're a basketball fan, but
Love it.
you put 10, 12 guys on the court, and that's your team. And then you have, the team for me is kind of like designers and engineers. And then you have like these coaches, the assistant coach, and then you have the management, right? The GM, the vice president. And I kind of run my it's like running like a basketball organization where you have 50 or 100 people and everybody plays their role, So base just seems to be just hitting, like, knocking it out of the park. We're on onchain summer 2 now, and they're just really good, bro. It's just like sick.
Absolutely. And I think if you're bullish on Base, you're obviously extremely bullish on Coinbase. And I equate it in the basketball terminology, how you were saying it. I mean, they're the GOATs in this industry. The GOATs, man. They're the Michael Jordans. Like, people are like, oh, if you don't know who Michael Jordan is, look him up. The GOAT, in my opinion.
You
I'm
you look
a
on
90s kid.
you look on the basketball games. What do you see on the padding? Every stadium is Coinbase. Every stadium.
Absolutely. And like, they're the leaders by far. Again, it comes down to there's no second best in America, especially on an exchange, publicly traded. Everyone knows, the regulators know who they are. They're doing things the right way. And so there's no doubt they have separated themselves from everybody. So it's kind of like, why wouldn't you want to be bullish on the chain that they're pushing? And so the leadership team starts obviously from Coinbase, from the Brian Armstrongs, but also from the Jesse Pollocks of the world, who sets the tone. Like he, in my opinion, is the Vitalik of base, right? He's that leader.
Absolutely. Absolutely. He's got it. Yeah, and then going back to what you spoke about, morals and ethics, and I think Paul is their chief officer on the legal side, right? For Coinbase, but just like going to bat for the crypto industry, and even though if it's hard, right? It's like kind of like what do you do? Are you willing to do the hard things even though it's right? So you're doing the right things even though it's like they do that. They continue to go to bat for the crypto industry, and the crypto industry is able to do some of the things they do because of Coinbase and because Coinbase continues to push back on some of this other SEC stuff.
Absolutely, and I think the entire crypto industry is indebted to Coinbase, because without Coinbase and the clarity that they're going to bat for the entire industry, and without them putting up the fight, the whole markets are just done. Their projects are done. Like they are the leaders, so everyone should be indebted to them. So I'm excited to I've only started this podcast. I started my first podcast, like I came up with the idea June 1st, and it's July 12th, and I've like just fallen in love with this process because the people I'm meeting, the founders, the builders, these are the type of people I want to rock with. These are the type of people I want to bring into my inner circle. I want to network with. I want to like have them tell their stories. I've been in crypto for a long time. I've dabbled with, I've degened in the streets and like Solana and all that stuff. Cool, fun. I don't care. Base is where it's at. So it's awesome to see Send is on base.
Massive, bro. Massive. Base is this is crazy. It's like there's nothing bad you can say about base.
Absolutely. So Ethen, I want to know who you are. Ethen, tell us, you're an interesting man. Obviously, you've built, an amazing concept, a DeFi protocol called Send. But I think the community would love to know kind of who is Ethen? Who are you? What's your experience in crypto? And why are you so passionate about making Send
I
famous?
think I'm passionate. One is, I'm passionate about life, right? So, and doing things the right way, right? So, we started off, we raised 200 Ethereum from 171 different contributors, and no one could put in more than 2 Ethereum. No one could put in less than zero point 0.5. And this is kind of the same model that kind of Party DAO is doing now. We did that a year ago. I'm one of the founders. I don't know how long you've been in crypto, but you're familiar with Flashbots?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so Flashbots, Stefan Gosselin, the Ghost Step, launched a meme token in 2021 called Alchemist, and I
Yeah.
offered my design services to him and pretty much started working with him. We founded Copper, which Merit Circle raised 100 million on, and then we did Mystex, which was a competitor to CalSwap, and that kind of died out. But for me, I'm someone that just likes to do things the right way, whether it's from the beginning with the token generation event of knowing how to raise money, and so people aren't double dipping and you have the correct tokenomics through and through, to everything from product to knowing what comes next. And I think me doing things this way has enabled me to work with really good engineers. So the engineer that did our token generation event and worked on the contracts, is ex Flashbots, but people have started to work with me that are highly technical because they know that they can focus on the tech and I'll focus on the business. And me focusing on the business, they know everything's going to get handled right, and there's going to be no ifs, ands, or buts of what's going on.
And I think it's kind of cool though that you have the expertise on both sides. You have the technical expertise to let, the devs do their things for the most part, but then you also have the business side where you can be the marketing, you can go on podcasts like this. So it's like people, and then that's great as a leader because you kind of have to have knowledge of everything that's going on.
Recruiting is a superpower. I don't think I'm as technical as I should be. I should probably get my hands dirty with some code, but I think I'm starting to find my groove with the marketing. And you absolutely need the marketing, because every company is a media company, like I had said.
Absolutely. When did you get into crypto?
I got into crypto in 2017. Started buying. I bought Matic. May of 2019 at a cent. I accumulated for like 15 months. I bought Phantom around that same time.
Bro, don't talk to me about Matic. I remember buying it for 1 cent in 2019 and I G'd after I got like to 2 cents. I thought I was like the man. And the next thing I know, in the bull run of 2021, it's like $4.
Yeah, I think it went to close to $4. It's funny because I found about it from some guy who does a thing, and he was like, Matic's going to 4, and it was you if you're investing in crypto, to all you traders out there, you want to find tokens that are in an accumulation zone. So if you look at Phantom or Matic, it had this accumulation zone of 18 months where it was less than 2 cents. And, you can't worry about these run-ups and same thing for Doge, right? I'm sure, even Ethereum didn't really have too much of an accumulation zone, but you got to find that accumulation zone. And however long it lasts, it could last for, 5 months or 18 months. You don't know. But during that time frame, what you do is you accumulate on the daily, $50 here, $200 there, $500 there, you know what I'm saying? Depending on your stack.
Absolutely, and then you wait for the euphoria to come where everything's just parabolic, and then you start taking profits. That's the way to
Right.
go.
DCA in, DCA out.
What are your thoughts for the rest of this bull market, or what are your thoughts overall globally for the global economic crypto markets?
I think this ETF stuff is kind of coming through, right? So we're gonna see if this is kind of gonna change the cycles. Are we gonna have a full, true, 4-year cycle? What did someone say? Someone had a good take where this summer right now is kind of the same summer as like 2021, where it was kind of this lull a little bit, and then August, September, October, it started to come back. So they're saying that's gonna play out the same. But I think it's going to be kind of different because these ETFs aren't going away, regardless if the cycle goes up or down. The ETF is here with Bitcoin and Ethereum now, and I'm excited about that because Ethereum is pretty much the investment token that we have in the Send app. So I'm looking forward to people buying and selling within Send app for that. But I don't really give too many views on that. Who I do follow is Ben Cohen. You follow him from?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, that guy's a G, man. What is it? Into the Cryptoverse?
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, he's good.
Nice, man. Well, I'm personally bullish. For my listeners out here, I think they know that I'm extreme bull second half of 2024 for many reasons. I do think it's going to be this alt season that we do think. Not financial advice. I don't have a coin to promote. I just talk to people, but I'm bullish. So, but yeah, Ethen, is there any last things you want to say to your community or to anyone listening about Send?
I'm excited about continuing to do things the right way. For those that don't know, let me get into some more promotion. For those that don't know, we own the Send handle on X. We own Send.it, which we purchased from the same guy that sold Pin.it to Pinterest in 2012. We own Send.it, and we own Send.app. And this brand that we have, we've worked with some really good partners. Wolfgang, I'm going to start working with Bubblegum. And shout out to my team and everyone in the community continuing to grind for this peer-to-peer transfers. But I'm just excited about doing things the right way. And it all starts with, kind of our tokenomics and our financials and making sure our burn is not too crazy and making sure that our token distribution is going out to the right people that are going to continue to grow the Send ecosystem.
Amazing. Ethen, I thank you so much for your time. And for everybody listening to this on Spotify, please head over to our YouTube page because in the description, we're going to have all of Send's information. You can find their Twitter handle, you can find their Telegram, and of course we'll be putting late night on basis information as well, the Twitter. And if you haven't liked and subscribed, please do. It helps us grow the channel and we can create more content. Ethen, appreciate you, man. Let's get you also on some spaces next week so more people can hear you.
Late night, baby. Late night on base. Build a bull.
See you later, guys.